At first, silver was just a number, a bit like everyone, a hedge, a shiny little insurance policy against a world that we don't trust. But one day, standing over the flask, I saw something a bit different, something that changed the way I look at how I see silver forever. My name's Matt, I'm the guy behind Silverpunk. Most days I'll be elbows deep in casting sand, prepping 3D prints, or burning away imperfections with my torch or my file. But that's not where I started. Like most of you stackers out there, I started by looking at spot price, whatever that meant back then, adding, little bits of silver and trying to do more pours a bit at a time, putting them in my safe. Nothing fancy, just, building a wall 1 ounce at a time. And I suppose, like all of us back then, silver was kind of almost like security, a bit of a comfort blanket, something real, tangible, a way to sleep a little bit better at night. I liked the weight of it, sure, and how it felt, and the click of the rounds in a tube, but it was still just metal, wasn't it? That's all it is, just ounces. I didn't feel anything. Then came the silver pour that changed everything. It wasn't a standard round, it had a face. It told a real story to me. I remember brushing the sand away after I've opened the flask, revealing the detail of the floors, the soul of the piece, and in that moment I didn't see silver. I saw an expression, and I really got the real meaning of it. And it's really poignant, and I still kind of get like when the hairs go up on the back of your neck, and I just get that feeling, the goosebumps. It's a bit like when you hear a song, isn't it, that means something to you. And the day, I can remember the day like anything. It was getting on for almost a year ago, and there was a real tragic story in the news. Really, really tragic about some young girls. And at the time, I was doing some some AI image generation, trying to come up with some poor ideas. And normally, I was doing, fun stuff. And the news story I heard, it was it's just, yeah. Don't really want to go into it here, but it was tragic, and it, totally changed everything that day, the way I thought. And I generated some images that like kind of stuck with me. And yeah, as I say, it was the pour that changed everything. And what I'll do now, I'll put a picture of the pour up, and I haven't got it no more. I actually sold it, and it was one of the pours that I sold over at Cardiff Gold, and elegance in sorrow. And that's what I come up with that day, because that's how the feeling was. And from that point on, I stopped thinking of silver as a commodity, and I started treating it more as a canvas to get my feelings and my ideas across. Each pour became a bit more personal, almost a reflection of something that I was feeling: sorrow, strength, reflection. Now, that's not to say every pour's got a deep and meaningful meaning, because it hasn't. I'll be honest. Some stuff I just like doing for fun. If I want to do a Batman, I'll do a Batman. If I want to do, I don't know, whatever I do, a GTA style bar, that's all good fun. And I don't think all art has to have meaning. It'd be sad if you just done stuff and there was no personal meaning to you, you didn't feel a connection to it. That'd be pretty sad, I feel. But some of it has to have a meaning. It's got to have some expression. You've got to put some of yourself into it. And as I say, from that pour on, I did try and concentrate more and start treat it more like a canvas. I mean, that's the one thing no one tells you. I don't think I've seen a video about silver stacking or pouring or anything like that that'll tell you that silver isn't just financial. It can be emotional, it can be spiritual, it can be art. So today, for me, when I pick up a bar, I don't just see the ounces. I don't just think of the money. I see the moments, the hours of preparation, the tiny mistakes, happy accidents. When I look at my art stuff, I mean, every pour can tell a story, can't it? And it means more than money ever could at the moment, just with the art that I'm doing and the feeling it's giving me. And it just really is fabulous. Really, 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 really cool. But, you might be new to silver. You might be deep into your stacking journey. But I want to challenge you a little bit. Next time you hold a silver bar, ask yourself a question. What does this represent to me? Is it freedom, legacy, creativity? Because for me, silver is a way. Silver's become a way to connect to my craft, to my past times, to people who I see. Interactions I have with people online and in the real world, on Stacker Social, people who I talk to. It gives me influences, and it will give me ideas for what kind of stuff to pour. And yeah, I mean, that was the day that silver, when I poured that pour of elegance in sorrow, it was more than an investment. It was more than from a means of making money. It was just that really started me off on the art side of things. Everything clicked from that day, and it just all come from hearing that tragic story. And we all got our different journeys, our different paths while you're doing certain things. And if you can find a bit of meaning in your silver, that I think that would be really cool, because I think it would mean a lot more, rather than just numbers on the page, or how many ounces it's cost me, this and that. I'm this much above spot. Try and get a connection to it. Don't see it coldly as numbers and profit and end goals. Try and connect with it, because I think it'll stand you in better stead, and you'll have a lot more fun on your stacking journey. So thanks for listening to my little, I don't know what you want to call it, story. If it resonated with you, stick around. As you know, I pour art, I stack a bit of silver now, I share my journey. And if you're on your own silver path, I'd love to hear if you've got any pours that mean anything to you, if you've got any art bars, or just a normal bar, or a pickup, a bullion coin that you picked up, but you picked it up, I don't know, when you was on holiday, or you got it through a certain circumstance, someone left it to you, that type of thing. If you've got anything with a bit of a story behind it, it'd be cool to hear that in the comments below. So cheers for listening, and I'll see you next time.